Welcome back everyone. Today I'm building a custom LED frame. This project combines traditional woodworking with both resin and filament 3D printing. And I'll also be setting up WLED using an ESP32 chip for our lights. So let's get started. The first step was building a cheap frame out of some leftover pieces of plywood. Now I carefully measured and marked all of my cut lines, making sure to account for both the sides of the frame and the base. The base measures 12 inches by 12 inches, while each side piece is 12 inches long by 1 1/4 inch wide. I took extra time with these measurements since accuracy here is important to avoid spacing issues later when everything needs to fit snug inside the frame. Once all of the angles were marked, I cut the side pieces using an electric circular saw. To keep everything steady and safe, I clamped the board down with C-clamps, positioning them far enough away so the saw could pass through each cut without any interference. These were all pretty much straightforward, clean cuts though. After cutting the side pieces, I clamped them together and sanded all the edges to smooth them out. I used a combination of an orbital sander and a finishing sander to get an even, clean finish. I also sanded the additional pieces that would be used to hold the frame's hanging hooks. Next, I dry fit each side to make sure everything lined up correctly. Once I was happy with the fit, I marked all of the drill and screw locations on each side piece. I then pre-drilled all the holes using a small drill bit. With the holes pre-drilled, I applied wood glue to each joint before assembling the frame. I made sure to work the glue into all the seams and wiped away any excess to prevent runoff. Each side piece was then carefully positioned and secured with screws through the pre-drilled holes. This process was repeated for each side of my frame until everything was secure and my frame was fully assembled, in which now I can move on to my next step, which is painting the frame. So next, I'm just using some regular black bear paint from Home Depot, and I'm gonna completely paint this entire frame inside, outside, black until it's completely covered. After a good few coats of dark paint, it was time for me to spray paint my insignia on the back of my frame. This stencil itself was 3D printed a while back and I use it on various projects. Now that that's done, it's time to place all of my components and wire everything together. I've 3D printed a custom holder for 3 of the main parts of this project. My 5-volt step-down voltage regulator, which you see in the middle of this holder, an 11.4 LiPo battery, and a battery charge controller chip. After placing the battery and voltage regulator, I screw on a cover to hold the battery securely in place and prevent it from moving. Next, I insert the female USB connector, which will connect to the charging controller and allow the LiPo battery to be charged. Now it's time to install the push button switch at the top corner of the frame, where a small hole has been drilled for the wiring. First, I feed the wires through the pre-drilled hole, then I'll solder the switch connections to the battery and the voltage regulator. Once all the wiring is in place, I'll test the power to make sure the voltage regulator is receiving power. I then plug in my ESP32 chip to confirm that the chip is working properly and receiving power as well. With that working properly, I fully attach the push button switch using a small 3D printed housing with screw holes. Next, I installed the charge controller. I've already soldered 4 pins onto it so it can easily connect to the wires for the USB charging port. Once the controller is mounted, I connect the battery to it. After that, I connect the USB-C port to the charge controller. Now it's time to upload WLED to the ESP32 chip. First, I'm going to connect my chip to my computer and head to install.wled.me. From there, I select the latest version of WLED and click install. After a short moment, the installation completes and the chip is ready to go. For those unfamiliar, WLED is a program that can be installed on certain microcontrollers to control and manipulate LED lighting. I skip the Wi-Fi setup for now and unplug the chip. With WLED installed, I mount the ESP32 to the frame. The chip is attached to a 3D printed bracket, allowing it to be securely screwed in place. At this point, I've already cut and fitted the correct number of LED strips to run perfectly around the border of the frame. And I'll begin by soldering right angle connectors to the LED strip terminals data, positive, and ground. By soldering all of the right angle connectors to the LED strips, I ensure the strips won't back out or slip out of their connector fittings. Immediately after that, I solder a male and female connector pair to allow the ESP32 to easily connect to the LED strips. I then hot glued the LED strips to the frame to secure them in place. In addition to securing the strips, I also glued down and zip tied some of the wiring to make sure nothing sticks out or obstruct other components. And that wraps up the wiring for our microcontroller connections. Next, I'll walk you through how I printed the border for this frame. Each piece of this custom frame border was designed in Shaper 3D. I used an Anycubic resin 3D printer to print several pieces at a time until I had enough to complete the entire border. After printing, the supports were removed and the pieces were placed in my resin washing machine for cleaning. Once cleaned and cured, you can see that each piece has its own unique shape and design. The patterns on the border are inspired by different paintings I've created, including the piece that will be placed in this frame today. A few of the corner pieces needed to be cut to allow wiring to feed through the microchips. After making those cuts, I was able to test fit each corner piece one by one. Once everything was in place, I powered the frame on to test and make sure everything was working properly. With power confirmed and the border pieces fitting correctly, I placed my original painting into the frame. After a few small adjustments and some wedging, the painting fit perfectly. Now that I'm satisfied with how the painting sits in the frame, I'll secure each border piece by screwing them down one at a time. Once they're all locked in place, I put the canvas back into the center, covering all of the wiring, microchips, and the feet of the border pieces. To finish the project, I'll add a sheet of polycarbohydrate that I've already cut to fit perfectly on top of the frame, sealing everything inside. I align it carefully, then pre-drill the holes and secure the sheet to the wooden edges of the frame with screws. After all the holes were pre-drilled, it was time to secure the polycarbohydrate sheet. I installed the screws one by one with washers, making sure the sheet was held firmly in place. I ran a few final tests by turning the power on and off to confirm there were no electrical issues. In complete darkness, the LEDs shine bright and can be programmed to display any color with a wide range of effects using WLED. And WLED can be accessed from a computer, cell phone, or any Wi-Fi enabled device with a web browser. Digital copies of this artwork used in this frame are also available on my website in 2 different sizes. To connect to the lights, I'm going to open my Wi-Fi settings on my phone and look for WLED AP, which is the default network name for your ESP32. Once you connect, it will automatically open the WLED interface and take you to the home screen where you can immediately start controlling your LEDs. Within WLED, you can change colors, adjust brightness and speed, set timers, apply built-in effects, or even create your own custom lighting effects. I've built a few other projects using WLED and ESP32 chips as well, and I'll be making another video soon using the same microcontroller. If you want to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to check out my website linked in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.